People's Craziest Confessions Part 1.
Faked appendicitis to get out of school, and they actually took it out. When I, 38F, was a kid, I faked sick a lot. Towards the end of my fourth grade year, I realized I needed to up my game if I wanted to keep missing school. Both my dad and brother had had appendicitis, so I knew it was on the lower right side of the body. Woke up the next day and pretended to have said pains. Things went great at first. No school, house to myself. Then later that night, my parents invited my neighbor over who was a nurse. She asked me some questions and pushed on my stomach. Next thing I know, I'm being taken to the hospital. They run a myriad of tests on me. Weirdly enough, my white cell count was high even though I wasn't really sick. They do an ultrasound and I almost piss my pants. Those things are the worst. Lastly, they even send in the official diagnostic doctor. Basically, he's like House. He asks me all these weird questions and pulls and pushes on random limbs. I say OW randomly, hoping I don't get made. They ask me like 35 times whether it's my first period, and after the 35th, no, they send me upstairs to prep for surgery. This is when I start to internally freak out. I had gone too far and felt like I couldn't back out, and was terrified my parents were going to flip out on me. So I went through with it. Recovering from surgery was one of the most painful experiences of my life. And it wasn't until I told my therapist about 10 years later that I even realized how dangerous it was. Edit. I find it kind of funny that a story about me making a huge lie is being accused of being a lie. Karma, I guess, LOL second. Edit. Tons of people commenting about an ultrasound not being painful. They had to fill me up with liquids for the test, and then they pushed down on my bladder with the wand thing. It wasn't so much painful as super uncomfortable because it felt like my bladder was going to explode. They ran other tests, but it was 28 years ago and I don't remember.